Guys, I got a business degree solely just to shit talk business degrees because I've done it, so I can shit talk it now. And frankly, it's pretty useless. Go out there, start a
Hello
business.
guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Alex and today we're going to be talking about useless degrees. So for years we told a college degree was the key to success, but for many that promise has fallen flat. Graduates are entering the workforce with tens of thousands in student debt and no real job prospects in their field. Major in areas like liberal arts, sociology, or film studies are often labeled useless, not because they lack value, but because the job market doesn't support them. Meanwhile, employers demand experience for entry-level roles, leaving new grads stuck in low-paying jobs unrelated to their degree. The system pushed students into debt without clear outcomes, while trade skills and tech careers remain in high demand and often pay better. Many feel betrayed by the outdated idea that a degree equals security. It's really true, guys, really true. Parents, counselors, and social pushed a one-size-fits-all path that simply doesn't work anymore. Now an entire generation is questions if college was worth it at all. It's time to rethink what education really means and what it should deliver, guys. So let's dive into the video and
just keep seeing these kinds of posts where someone will just post their graduation or whatever, and literally no matter what their degree or their major or what they studied at this point, people complain to them and are like, "Oh, it's a waste of money. Why are you doing that?" And it's getting ridiculous. Like someone did like a master's in like fashion business or something, and everyone's like, "Oh, waste of money." Fashion business? The bajillion-dollar industry of fashion? You don't think that's a worthy degree to get in? Or I saw someone do like anthropology, and people were like, "Oh, it's a waste." You don't even know what that is. You couldn't even like spell that. Like, come on. Like, I feel like people are just saying that now because they have such a lack of understanding of what higher education even is anymore. Even if they have gone to university or whatever, that like it's just become this very easy thing to hate on because there's no actual understanding of what people do when they get, degrees, graduate degrees, honestly, any kind of degree at this point. Honestly, out of spite, I already have a PhD, right? I'm just gonna get another one. Just to spite you people. I'll do art history. I'll do something that you people would hate. Like, yeah, I'll do something in gender studies. Obviously that is, I would say like that is something worth studying, but just to spite you people, because I can't take it anymore. Like, why do you hate seeing someone learn? Like, your life is not just for the job market. You're not just an economic unit. You're a person. If a person wants to just spend their life learning, that's fine. That's genuinely fine. And that is contributing to humanity, because you're expanding human knowledge. When you get a graduate degree, you write a thesis, and that contributes to human knowledge. You are contributing to society.
What is the most useless medical degree? For me, my opinion could be 100% wrong. I would say medical assistant. Why? Because they will have you doing the job of a CNA, unit secretary, LPN, RN, phlebotomist, office assistant, coding, biller, scheduler, and pay you how much? $20 an hour. Please do not take out a student loan to go to school for a medical assistant. It's a very useless degree, and there's no room for growth. Where are you growing to? Office manager? How many places have jobs for that? There's no room for growth. You're not growing anywhere. So no, don't take out a loan to do that program.
So there are allegations that the law degree is no longer viable and people should not be studying it or pursuing it because the field is saturated. Well, we have our own preservations regarding this. You will let us know in the comment section what you think about the law degree, whether or not people should be studying. If you want to know our opinion, stay with us. Tune into this episode. I am your host, Yvonne Shabangu. You are welcome to another episode of Law Without Borders.
Motivated me to try to make something for myself and really make this career in public health work was the fact that people said that their degree was useless. A lot of people who got their public health degree felt like the degree was useless and there was no money in it. And I was just like, that's not going to be my story, okay? So I remember in undergrad, said I was going to be in med school, decided the semester before graduation, I'm not going to med school. What am I going to do? I've done research. I've done all these different things. I do some research, talk to different people. And based off my experience, public health was literally right there. And honestly, at first when I said I was going to do public health, I wasn't even sure what really it was or what I was really going to do. I was just like, I don't know what to tell my parents, to be honest. They're asking me about this med school thing. So I don't know. So that's why I was going to do this one and hold ourselves. Honestly and truly, that's literally how that happened, okay? So I said, okay. So as I'm telling them public health, my mom and my parents are like, what is that? Are you going to make money? Like, are you going to make a career for yourself? All these things. Me, I'm like, yeah, you know, like, there's this opportunity. But like, my parents have never really been the people to be like, oh, you must study this, you must study that. So they were like, okay. But like, I know in the back of their mind, they were like, what's going on? Like, this girl said she's going to med school. Like, what's happening? So anyway, I spent a little bit too much time on Reddit, a lot of forum, looking at what people are doing, trying to understand, okay, what are people doing in public health? What are the jobs? What are all these things? And everything I kept seeing all the time was, don't get this degree. This degree is useless. People don't make money. I graduated with this degree and I'm still making $40,000. I said, this cannot be my story. It can't. I just literally was like, this cannot be my story. So I did a lot of research. I actually had a list of like, I can post a list of companies I wanted to work at post-grad. Like, I was very serious. I said, I have to make sure that this degree gives me the life that I want, gives me the financial means and financial things that I want. And I just cannot be one of those people in those forums. And sometimes I feel like I maybe pushed myself a little bit too hard. And I'm kind of happy I did, because like I wouldn't be where I was today. But I'm not gonna lie, like I had to research, talk to so many people. I put myself out there, did networking, make sure I'm finding the right mentors, doing internships, stacking up a lot of these internships. I'm doing 2 a time with a graduate researchership. I don't care. My resume had to be stacked, right? Because I just knew that I have to make something out of this, because I didn't know how to go back to my parents and say, Omo, this degree that I got, there's no money inside it. I just couldn't. So that was honestly my motivator in terms of making sure that I came out on the other side. And it's honestly, I think it helped, because I think the opposite thing happened in terms of like looking at those things and thinking, oh my gosh, like I'm not going to make it. It's not going to work for me. It did the opposite for me. It pushed me and motivated me. Reading all those Reddit posts and stuff actually motivated me to make sure like, okay, girl, you got to do something. You know what I'm saying? And yeah.
Useless pre-med program is biology. Why are you doing that? All the unit secretary in this hospital all read biology in school because they thought they were going to go to medical school. Why would you read a course you can't do anything with? What if you change your mind from going to medical school? So my advice, go do nursing, go do med science, go do medical lab scientist. Nutritionist, you can do respiratory therapist. Do something just in case you don't get into medical school or you change your mind about being a doctor. You can have a degree to fall back on. Please don't go to school and take on student loan to do biology. No, immediately no, don't do it.
Sometimes I don't understand why some people just do some useless degrees.
Like they'll go to uni, start paying money.
Like, are you trying to get a job or are you trying to start fighting for the last bed at the
Homeless shelter. There's so many useless degrees, but I'm just gonna say 3, fam. If you do dance, you're cooked, fam. Why are you studying to do dance?
People do that shit for free. Nigga, why are you paying for your own
Free will. Where do you think just dancing alone is gonna take you, bro?
It's 2025.
Wake up. Tell me someone who's recently just got rich off just doing dancing, bro. Like full on rich, like wealthy, bro. Like recently as well. Next we got art, creative arts.
Don't even get me started, bro. You ain't Leonardo da Vinci, man. Just pack it up, Uncle. You and that paintbrush ain't
Going nowhere in life, bro. Especially in 2025. Nowadays with AI, you can make a very good picture in less than 1 minute.
You going uni to just study art is like filing for unemployment.
Last but not least, we got computer science.
Do I even need to speak on them, guys?
Anyways, guys, those are my thoughts on like the most useless degrees as of now, 2025.
I swear, bro, when it comes to ruin my day, you guys get very creative.
The next time someone says that the answer to the student debt crisis is for people to stop getting useless degrees, you need to ask them what they like to do on the weekend. Ask. 9 times out of 10, you will hear about the product of those useless degrees 9 times out of 10. My wife and I, we like to go to this experimental 5-star Michelin fine dining experimental restaurant. Hospitality, culinary arts, pastry chef, the vibe and the concept and the ambiance, that's an interior designer. Textiles, that's an experience. Oh, I like to read this 5-part sci-fi novel with the second edition editor, author, writer, publisher, marketing, the cover that you like, that's a graphic designer. Oh, I like to do hot aerobics, aerial yoga and Zumba, kinetics, kinesiologist, physical therapist, exercise science. So it's like, why are these people worthy of providing you an escape from your respectable job? They enrich your life and the choice that you made, but they're not worthy of your respect. They don't deserve to support themselves. You get to consume what they produce, but they deserve to be in debt forever because they chose to do that. It doesn't make sense. And even when we say things like that, you are insinuating that the only people who deserve to create are people with families who can afford to support them while they do it. I don't want to watch films from third-generation filmmakers forever. Cinematographers and filmmakers and videographers and producers. I want to see art from people who are passionate about what they do. Next time they say that, you ask. Ask. Ask.
Thank you for your likes, guys, and let's continue watching the videos. I do appreciate
Software
it.
engineering is not what it used to be. 4 or 5 years ago, when your great aunt asked you what you were going to major in college, and you said software engineering, and she replied, oh, you'll always have a job with that major. My husband helps a lot of recent college grads land roles in tech, and what he's seeing over and over again is engineering students transitioning to something like tech sales. Reason being, a lot of college programs for engineering are not as rigorous as they used to be, which means that grads are graduating without the competency to excel in an entry-level software engineering job. On top of that, a lot of their work is getting automated by AI. And then what he actually sees most commonly is people come to terms with the reality that being a software engineer is long 10-hour days, minimal human involvement, fixing back-end code in some company's security software. If that's your jam, that's awesome. Software engineering could be a great role for you. But if that sounds like your worst nightmare, then it might be time to pivot. What's cool is sales is a great way to get that human involvement, but then still have a foundation in tech, which for a lot of people, that's why they were interested in software to begin with.
I feel that you should be paying my student loans. Why? Did you not get a degree in a major that's going to make you money? That's not important. Okay, what my degree was and what my field is not important. I just feel that these predatory lending practices... No. Hold on. Wait. Just tell me your degree and what major. Well, I got a master's because I was in school for 7 years. Okay, so you went to school for a long time. Yeah, and I got a master's. What do you have? No. We're not worried about me. What was your major? Liberal arts. One more time, what was it? It was liberal arts. Not paying your student loans, bitch.
One of people's degrees is brain rot.
Now look, for the most part, I would agree with you, but...
So this guy stitched me and basically said he agrees with me on the most part. So all the stuff pretty much I said about humanities, I'm assuming. But his point of contention was like certain niche degrees are like useless. He cited gender studies as one of them, and I want to offer a different perspective. There's a men's mental health crisis that statistically affects somebody you know. That has to be studied empirically and theoretically. That's what people in gender studies will do. NGOs, research, that kind of thing. They'll work there. Also, these people are aware of the debt they're getting themselves into. It's public information. Anyone who signed up to SFE knows that they warn you constantly. They, on the most part, aren't really demanding any respect out of you or under obligation to tell you their plan for what their career is. There are people in his own comment section grilling him for the degree he chose, which is kind of ironic, but he shouldn't have to be in the comments backing himself sort of thing.
Do this and not that, part 2. Please don't do biology, or else you want to be a biologist. Instead, do medical lab science. Better. Instead of doing masters in public health, please do masters in social work. Self-explanatory. Do nutrition instead of doing food technology. Food technology sounds more sophisticated. Go and be a dietitian, please. Okay. The most important one, if you're on a wait list to get your RN, please go ahead and go do your LPN. Be on any wait list for RN, go get your LPN. Okay. Instead of computer science, please go and do information technology. Information technology is more. Computer science, no. Do information technology. Okay. And instead of doing psychology, or else you want to go get a PhD, do clinical licensed clinical social work, and that's it. What's this? My skin is skinning. Goodbye.
Guys, I got a business degree solely just to shit talk business degrees because I've done it, so I can shit talk it now. And frankly, it's pretty useless. Go out there, start a business. Well, this is gonna be funny, but in business, like a business degree, you don't actually learn about business. You learn about how to be a cog. Like, I did finance. I learned a lot of numbers. Accounting, learned to be a cog. Finance, learn to be a cog. Marketing, learn to be a cog. But you want it all? Go start a business. I know, crazy. Do I sound ungrateful? Kinda, but I did pay for my own degree, so I guess I get to shit talk it. I don't know.
The war between jobs has caused class division. People are thinking that blue-collar work and white-collar work is not a synonym of each other when they're both work. It doesn't matter if one is harder than the other. The market is still bad for either or. Stop telling people to get into a trade or to do this and do that when this shit is not working. We're never going to get to a class consciousness when we realize that capitalism and white supremacy is at the root of all of this. And we're never going to get better if we don't come to a resolve. But we're definitely not going to get better when there's too many people in power with hands on our lives. That's that.
Who the heck woke up one day and decided that degrees count as experience? Because I can assure you, they do not. At least not in like IT. This is the common trope that you have a degree, but you can't get a job because all the jobs require experience. If this was the case, people wouldn't be complaining about not being able to get jobs with a degree. You would not have the issue of underemployment. You would not have a student debt crisis. If a degree counted for even half of the experience for the amount of time that you put into university, it might actually be worth it. Management potential in the future, an ostensible higher income, and 2 years of experience when you graduate, sign me up. But that's not what happens in the real world. Because in the real world, students come to me all the time with degrees and they can't get jobs. Everything from Western Governors University to just about any state school that you could possibly imagine from anywhere in the country. Look, I have 4 degrees and I would love nothing more than to say the $200,000 that I spent on that was worth it. But it wasn't. Do what you want, but it's usually wise to learn from the wisdom of those who came before you. And those of us who do have degrees know they don't count for much.
Hey, thanks a ton for watching. I really appreciate all the likes, shares, and everyone who subscribed. Seriously helps the channel grows. If you're new here, do not forget to hit that subscribe button and stick around. I've got more videos coming your way soon. Take care, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.